There's a part in Black Pride that we always celebrate, and I promised my folks that I'm always going to be posting and reminding my community about this, especially because it's a biggest part of Black history that marks Black Pride. And why is this important? This is important because it reminds Black people the importance of unity. What happened in Montgomery Brawl? It is something which is way much significant, and it acts as a powerful tool to remind Black folks that if you come together, you can be able to fight all obstacles that are put in front of you. Because what we saw that happened in Montgomery Brawl, it was so much important. It is not even about the fight, but it is about the significance of what it meant to Black people. It is the significance and what it showed, what it symbolized, because it symbolized when Black people come together, when Black people have Black unity, they can do great, great, great things. Because this is a part where, after so many years where our white folks thought that they could just walk over Black folks, but what Black people pulled, it's something that is being discussed until today. So Montgomery Brawl that happened, it is still remembered, something which is still acts as part. And as I said, it is not just about the fight. It is the symbolism behind the fight that shows you the Black resilience, that shows you Black power, that shows you the importance of unity as Black people coming together. What all of you can do when you come together. It is so much powerful than anything else. So, brothers and sisters, I want us to watch this video and then I'll be back. It is an anniversary for remembrance of what really happened at, the Montgomery Brawl. It is so much important because it is significant to what it alludes to, what is happening currently, and the part that Black folks have when they come together. I want us to watch this video, then I'll be back with my thoughts and commentaries in regards to this. So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
Well, turns out that 65-year-old man could really throw him.
3 years ago today, the Montgomery Brawl happened. And I don't think anybody outside of our community will fully understand why we loved that moment as much as we did. They think it was the chair. It wasn't. They think it was Aquaman. It wasn't. They think it was the memes, but definitely not. Those were just how we celebrated, but the reason we celebrated started a whole lot earlier than August 5th, 2023. That wasn't just any dock, right? Generations ago, our ancestors arrived at that very riverfront in chains. They were unloaded there, sold there, marched away from there. That ground had witnessed one version of our story for a very long time. Then 3 years ago, history brought another generation back to that very same dock. And this time, one of us needed help. And help came from the dock, from the boat, from the river. Nobody called a meeting. Nobody stopped to figure out whose responsibility it was. Black people did what Black people have always done. We showed up. And I've always joked that our ancestors don't seem to be the only ones that made an appearance that day, because there was a whole lot of plantation entitlement walking around on that dock too. Wrong, loud, and absolutely convinced that everybody was just supposed to accommodate them. And that kind of confidence felt historically familiar. The difference is, that plantation attitude finally met the ass whooping that was a few hundred years overdue. But here's my favorite part. After it was all over, we did what we've always done. We told the story. We gave people names. We turned commentary into scripture. We made gospel songs. We laughed together. We argued over our favorite moments. We turned ordinary people into folklore. And I love that about us, because Black people have always been a community. We've always been storytellers, long before publishers, long before documentaries, long before social media. We carried our history by telling the stories around dinner tables in churches, our front porches and barbershops and beauty shops, And now we tell them on social media. People think the Montgomery Brawl became a part of Black culture because it was funny. It was funny, Lord, it was funny. But that's not why it stayed. It stayed because for one afternoon, one of the most historically painful pieces of ground in this country, our people finally got to write a different ending. An ending where a Black man wasn't left to fend for himself. An ending where the community, our community, came running. an ending where the story ended with us laughing instead of mourning. And if you know anything about Black history, you know how rare that is. So, happy anniversary to the Montgomery Brawl. Not because there was a fight, but because for one afternoon, our ancestors' story and ours crossed paths on the same dock. One arrived there in chains and the other left with a story. And if there's one thing Black folks have always known how to do, it's show up for each other and make sure that story gets told. Happy holidays, y'all.
Our brother, Mr. Aquaman himself, swimming, he said, oh, absolutely not on my watch. Not on my watch. And then when the boat finally docked, oh baby, it was up and it was stuck. It was up and it was stuck. Then that's where we got the incredible folding chair moment. I know I've talked about it before, but today, being the actual day, the holiday, if you will, just take a moment, just Google Montgomery Riverfront Brawl. The video will pop up. Take a moment, indulge in all 5 minutes. Watch the whole thing, start to finish. Damn it. And then go to your local Walmart. Go to your local Walmart, your local Lowe's, because we don't with Target and we don't with Home Depot. Go to your local Walmart, your local Lowe's, and just peruse the folding chair section. You ain't got to buy nothing. Maybe pick a couple up, unfold them, sit them down, hold them, see how they feel with weight, but just, peruse it and then walk out. It's a national holiday. If you Black, it's a national holiday. Happy, what they call it? Happy Cinco de Agosto.
Montgomery, Alabama, boat brawl. Yes, sir. I love it. I'm just glad nobody got shot. But that white dude was wrong for trying to hit that damn older Black dude. Boy, you can't be from around here. You ain't even from the area. You ain't from Millbrook, Prattville, Wetumpka, none of that. You can't be from close around here. Swing on an older dude and an older Black dude in Montgomery, the Gump, because you stupid as fuck. You got everything you deserve. And to all them older white folks, it was not the Black folks starting this shit. That white dude started that shit, and then Black folks ended that shit. Give a damn how you look at it, how mad you get. Them folks didn't start that shit. Them folks put a full-on ass whooping on them white folks. Then that dude with the steel chair, I fought with you. I know you watched wrestling growing up. And then he hit that white lady, and I heard somebody in the background, I think they said, and that was for slavery. Yes, sir. Hey, I bet you don't go back over there doing that dumb shit. Hell to the no. You know them boys in Montgomery do not play. They do not fuck around. I'm just glad it was just a fight and it wasn't no damn shooting, because usually them young bucks over there would chop your ass down. Broad daylight. Don't give a damn who's around. You got lucky. You're supposed to be catfish bait. So y'all don't be trying to shut shit down downtown Montgomery now, cause thinking folks, man, it was the white folks. The white folks started this one. The white folks did that now, and they got their ass whooped. Can't get mad about it. Hey, they started it. But goddamn Black folks put an ass whooping on this motherfucker, boy. And that dude that swam that goddamn river to get over there, I think that was him in the end. That motherfucker was swinging so goddamn fast, boy. He was tattooing that motherfucker on that ground. So, ooh, that young buck. Get it, young buck. Get it, goddamn it. Them motherfucker will fight, boy. That shit was too funny. Don't take your ass back over there on that dumb shit. Stupid.
It is August 5th, 2026. 3 years ago today, you may remember this image. Yes, I'm talking about the infamous Montgomery Brawl. I wonder how those folks are doing. I'm so dead serious. I wonder how they are doing, because they did not know it at the time, but they really changed the game. And honorable mention to the man that swam to the fight. Can we check on him? Because I really hope he has a nice cool pillow every single night. I really do. We should never forget the Montgomery Brawl. Never. I'm going to be thinking of those people very much today. And I hope they have a wonderful
To this day, the funniest time to be on social media was about 2 years ago when the Montgomery boat brawl happened, because that is one of the most iconic moments in social media history. Because the two moments I always think about are when, like, the initial black dude's getting jumped and he threw his hat up in the air and it was like it spawned the Avengers, and then Unc with that damn folding chair. Because if you remember, when the initial black dude's getting jumped from the dock, he threw his hat up first and it was like the bat symbol or something. Because then all these people just started spawning, and like you had people coming from up top to help him. You had the one dude who swam across the water, like just people started coming to his aid. And then who could forget Unc with that damn white folding chair? I remember watching those videos and that man picked it up and he was just hitting the people across the head. It didn't matter if they were standing, sitting, it was so funny. Then the days that followed it were also funny because you had so many people like visiting that dock just because they wanted to honor it. You had people grilling over there, and then the damn folding white chair was still on that dock and people were taking pictures of it. They were making it like a shrine almost. Then there were just so many other random things that happened from that, and I'm telling you, this was like a top 3, top 2 funniest days in Twitter history. And you know how like funny something has to be for it to make it that type of history? Because Twitter has genuinely had some of the funniest moments ever, and this one is genuinely up there in its top.
So we all know about the Montgomery Sweet Tea Party that occurred a few days ago, and as funny as it is, I feel like something went over people's heads. A lot of people were in the comments talking about the skipping, and there were individuals under there who didn't understand what that meant. In reference, we're talking about the boys who skipped to the individuals who attacked the security guard in the beginning of the video. These fellas right here literally hop-skipped to that boat. And do you want to know why people are saying that you should be fearful of people who skip towards you during a fight? If you don't, it's okay. Let me break it down for you. This is the best way that I could think of doing it, and don't flame my dirty handwriting. I tried to rush through it, so it's a little bit sloppy, but follow me if you can. You can basically put everybody into one of 5 groups when it comes to fighting and how they feel about it. The first one is the pacifists, people who no matter what the circumstances are will refuse to fight you. They will run, they will call the police, they will do whatever they can to not engage in conflict. We all know somebody like that. The second tiers are the Dom Torettos, people who don't like fighting, don't wish to, but when it comes to protection of their family or protection of their loved ones, their household, their appliances, they will put the paws on you. Now, the third tier, you have probably the funniest one, and that's the slap boxer. The slap boxer is a person who likes to play fight a lot, will occasionally get into a fight, but for the most part, they're not really nice with the hands, they just like to cause ruckus. Now, in the fourth tier, you have squabblers, and this is where you should start getting concerned. Squabblers are individuals who like to fight, who find pleasure in it, and will seek out an opportunity to pick a fight with you. And do you know how to identify a squabbler at its source? If they seem happy to engage you. Exactly like this. There's an unspoken rule when it comes to squabblers. If you see somebody hop skipping towards you and pulling their pants up, there's only 2 options. The first one is to pull your pants up and hop skip on over to them. Hey, fire meets fire. The second option is to just cut tails and run, and I respect you for it because this is a scary sight. And finally, the 5th tiers are the lethal hands, people who literally like box or do MMA fightings for a living and literally cannot touch you outside of the ring because their hands are registered. Everybody, no matter who you are, fits somewhere into one of these categories, but only one category hop skips towards a fight. And I know what you're thinking. Well, why not tier 5? Why wouldn't the lethal hands be happy? They're professional fighters. Well, they can't fight you. Like, once they're professional fighters, their hands are, for the most part, registered, and they can't do anything to normal people. However, squabblers can do whatever they want to whoever they want, and they believe you're fair game. So in conclusion, class, unless you are in tier 4 or tier 5, if you see someone hop skip towards you while pulling up their pants and squaring up, run. But no, for real, somebody has to have like a cookout in August next year because this was like the funniest 2 days of Twitter since the N-word Navy, if you know what I'm saying. But that's just my take. What's yours?
Bro, we were watching the video from the Montgomery Brawl, bro. The dude that jumped in the water to help the uncle, bro. I got chills. Like, I don't know if I seen that, I'm pretty sure I watched the full clip before. But if I didn't get chills the first time, bro, I got chills again. Man, that's a moment, bro. Go.
Yo, what's the word? Happy August 5th to all my foundational Black Americans, man. This was a joyous day. They thought it was going to be like that. They ain't expect all this shit right here, man. For real. They ain't expect all this shit, boy. They tried to pull it on that black man and instantly regret it. Like, this is the true meaning of fuck around and find out when you fucking play with us, man. So, salute to y'all people down there in Montgomery, Alabama, down there in Alabama.
It's been a year since the Montgomery Brawl. Time is moving both slow and fast. But if the Montgomery Brawl didn't teach you anything, all right, it should have taught you that sometimes it's okay to turn up one time for the one time. Okay? I'm not saying, every year we do something, but I'm just saying every now and then it's okay to turn up one time for the one time. There was a moment of unity in the black community that day. Nobody was light skinned, dark skinned. It was just folding chair or not. And even if you didn't have a folding chair, can you swim to the fight? You feel me? We were unified. And if we could have that momentum every year, the things that would change. All right? The people that would stop trying to invade the cookouts. All right? The Chet Hankses. That won't be able to Chet Hanks. You feel me? I'm just saying. We have a good thing here, people. Let's keep it up. And if anything, I just want those memes back. Those memes.
Yo, what's the word? Happy August 5th to all my foundational black Americans, man. This was a joyous day. They thought it was going to be like that. They ain't expect all this shit right here, man. For real. They ain't expect all this shit, boy. They tried to pull it on that black man and instantly regret it. Like, this is the true meaning of fuck around and find out when you fucking play with us, man. So, salute to y'all people down there in Montgomery, Alabama, down there in Alabama.
This is what I came down here to see. This is who I came to see. This is who I came to see. This is black history right here. Right. Can you toss that hat one time?
So, I don't know if y'all need a little pick-me-up today, but I think you guys should go search up the Montgomery Brawl video again. Because when I tell you, Mick, all the way down the boardwalk. Them white folks thought they was good ganging up on that black man. Ooh, they thought they were good. Until the boat docked. Baby. I ain't never got y'all asses whooped. Imagine if that's what we did today. Imagine if all these protests pulled the Montgomery Brawl. Because personally, when I feel y'all fight together, shit happens. Shit goes in our favor.
Black creators are under attack on this app, and I feel it's directly linked to this Montgomery Brawl situation, and I'm going to break down why. So one of the main takeaways I got from this situation is that black people needed that sense of community reignited, and that fight did that. It showed us that who we've always been is still very much who we are, and that in the face of adversity, when there's an us versus them situation, we will instinctively jump in and protect our own. We needed that reminder because we've been at odds a lot lately. I think it also acted as a catalyst to spark our creativity and our innovation, because we were coming out with skits and all types of videos, sharing each other's content. We were coming out with merch, with clothing. And not only that, but we leveraged our platforms and our followings in a way that allowed us to market those things and profit off of them, which is big because usually it's other people who profit off of black innovation. But this time it was us. We took what will be our history and we made it lucrative for ourselves. Now, that's great. And honestly, that's something we should always do. But we have to remember that those who thrive off of our oppression are going to push back against that because there's nothing for them to benefit from. And that's why I always say that I don't allow people to gaslight me when it comes to matters of race or speaking out on history in regard to racial components of different situations, because history is always relevant. And we know that when black people have shown unity in the past, anytime we've done that, we flourished, we thrived, we were successful or lucrative. And because it was just us doing it for ourselves, by ourselves, without any outside assistance or without including people from the outside, they had to push back against it. Now, that usually happens in one of three ways. Either they come in and try to appropriate it, they try to steal it and reclaim it as their own, or they try to destroy it if they can't do one of those two things. And even though social media is a new advancement, that precedent is still very much alive, and it applies to this as well, because that's why there's been this influx of Black creators being violated on this app, having their content removed, or just being banned from the app altogether. And one of the biggest hits that we've seen, whether you guys have noticed this or not, was Tabitha Speaks being pulled off this app, because Tab is one of those creators who's probably the most unproblematic with a huge platform and who talks about controversial things, but she does it in a way that's thought-provoking, and that's a very dangerous position to be in, especially as a Black woman, because you have so much influence, and that influence can be used to push people to challenge the status quo. Now, those who benefit from the status quo are not going to allow that, obviously, because you're taking away their power or you're messing with their money. So what they did was they used her as a hit and a message to the community that it doesn't matter how well behaved you are, how unproblematic you seem. If you do anything that's going to upset my source of power, I'm going to silence you. Now, she has since made a new page. Make sure y'all follow her. I'm going to link it. But that was a direct hit to the community as a whole, not even just to her. And another thing that I've noticed on this app as of late is that white creators have been given a lot of power that other people don't have. For instance, that white guy who tried to reverse the roles of the Montgomery Brawl situation, who made that video, he ended up deleting his, but then he petitioned TikTok, which I didn't even know was a thing, to have every stitch and duet associated with that particular video removed. Meaning they gave him the power to remove our content, even though him deleting his video would stop us from redirecting to his page. He was still allowed to take our content off the app. And also with these white women with the braids, with the dreadlocks, they've been given the amount of power that other people don't have as well, because they've created their whole platforms based on bashing Black women. Every video they make is about bashing Black women, telling us to kiss their white asses and all this type of stuff. Now, when we make responses to these racist and inflammatory videos, our content is the one that gets banned. My friend Callie has been going back and forth with people who have been spewing racist rhetoric toward her, and she's the one who gets the violation. My friend Tamika, Black Soas, who was on this app, she had her content stolen by a white man who now put his page on private and changed his name, but her page got banned because he sent his little minions to mass report her. So the content creators and the moderators are being given too much power on this app to control us and keep us in our place. This is how history has always been as far as Black people, which is why I always say you have to apply historical context, because we're seeing it here. Now, as with history, there's also uprisings. And I feel like instead of everybody always trying to do a mass exodus, you need to push back, speak out, call these people out, air these things out, because I'm tired of everybody saying we just need to get our own. We just need to be off of here, because nobody's actually doing it. You're just saying it, but you're also not fighting. I'm not for that. I say you use your voice, you push back, and you don't be afraid to lose your platform, because it could happen. It could happen to me. Y'all make sure y'all follow my backup. But one thing I've never been is a sucker, and I'm not going to stop talking because something is wrong here and it needs to be acknowledged. So these are just some of the things that I've seen on this app, and a lot of these things are unfair, and I know why they're doing it. They're doing it specifically in retaliation to us showing too much unity and too much joy. But I say we push back, we keep fighting, and we stay as long as we can stay. And in the event that a Black person is creating an app, let us know so we can spread the word and we can get over there. But for now, I'm not going to run. I refuse. And you guys let me know what you think we should do, what you think about the situation, and what insights you've taken away, because I'm interested to hear them. But that's just how I feel about it, y'all. I don't believe in running from something. I think that you make people respect you or treat you fairly. And in the event that you can't make that happen, then yeah, you create your own, but also be mindful of who you allow in, because that's the game that they've always played with us.
Montgomery, Alabama, on the Alabama River. The real site of reckoning in this country. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. The irony twisted all in this. The commercialization twisted in all this. The representation twisted in all this. You know, from a very crucial, important, violent port of enslavement and trafficking along the rivers to, I think it was the last year, this violent encounter, if you will, an attack in a protection area on the river, Montgomery, Alabama.
Today is a great day in Black history as we remember the chair. The fade in the water. Gump gone crazy. Here, you know what I'm saying? Like the riverboat brawl, huh? Montgomery, stand up. The Gump, where you at? Because that is a day in history. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was like, why is my hometown blowing up? Montgomery, what you doing? And this is why. we will always remember this chair. This chair is a symbol. F around and find out, because we still don't play about that in the South, okay? You could come around here if you want to. What you're not going to do is
all
play
I got
with us.
from this video.
Okay?
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great from wherever you're watching this video from. Again, I'm your host and presenter Agent Stories. Now brothers and sisters, this, as I told you earlier, marks an important aspect of the black community, because it shows the power that black folks can have if they decide that they are standing together and what they are capable of doing. Because this is not just about the Montgomery Brawl. It's about the symbolism. It's about the power. It's about what it shows when black folks come together. Something so powerful, right? And as usually know, I like always speaking about what people really say, because I might not say everything, but going through the comments or going through what other folks think about this marks an important aspect in also making all of us learn and get diversified perspectives in regards to this, right? So somebody said that the swimmer got a well-deserved full scholarship to join the swim team at an elite university. The guy with the chair became wealthy when people from all over the world blessed all of them in support of their courage. I don't remember which exactly. So there's a person who is trying to comment, because people saw the significance of coming together. People saw the significance of standing with each other. And this is what sometimes, we need. This is what sometimes black people need. The black unity. And I told you, and I usually say this, what the enemy fears is seeing black folks come together, because it's significant, something so much powerful. Black folks are so much unstoppable when they come together. I want to take you back to what happened like 3 months ago. Remember when black folks started boycotting all these Asian businesses? Black folks came out in full, and you saw the effect, because you saw what happened. Black people decided to shut it down like just once, and it just happens. So you get to see what's really happening. And now you get to understand the significance of black folks standing together, the significance of black folks bringing back the unity, doing what they do best, right? Somebody say that part of our culture is fighting back the colonizer, that everybody else love but us. We're tapping that as. It's true. And I'm going to be explaining it in this form. The black resilience that is in them gives them the power to fight. The power to fight throughout the adversities. The power to fight all through the challenges that is being pushed to them. Because black people came from a dark point where it was all about survival. And I usually use this example. The conditions that black folks were put, it really needed them to have the resilience to fight. It really needed them. So all of this, as time went by, it developed, and it made them have the capabilities of fighting and resisting all the challenges that they were going through. So if you really understand the significance of the unity, that explains everything that, we need to know. Somebody said that, baby, I didn't realize it's been 3 years. Good Lord, I love it. Now I will say it's not a holiday for me, but it's a great memory that I will cherish till I depart. Indeed, this is a significant part of black history, when you really get to see how really things happened and how really things transpired. It also gave power for black folks to stand together, to fight the enemy, to fight the person who was against everything that was good for black folks. And I told you, it's all about symbolism. It's not even about the fight. Okay, the fight is important, but look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the symbolism and what it means to black people, what it stands for black folks. That's what's really important, right? Somebody say that, yes, our ancestors were bought to that dog to be shipped off our own homeland. We have always been here on Turtle Island, Blackfoot, Hebrew, indigenous, both sides of my bloodline. They sent our ancestors to other island close, not from Africa. By not from Africa, it was impossible to ship all our ancestors across the Atlantic Ocean. They would have not have survived. I will say two things in regards to these comments. One thing that you need to understand is that um, um, we have to agree that humanity started in Africa. And by saying this, I'm not taking away the fact that the first group of people that stepped foot in the United States were black folks. Even that Stephen Columbus, or somebody who called himself Columbus, who said that was the first person to put a step on the United States, it was not him. It was black folks. Black folks were already in the title island. But where did they come from? Black folks had the technology to use the ships and dhows to move across the Atlantic Ocean. Two things that people confuse. One, not all black folks came to the United States as slaves. I'm clear that we had black people who were so visionaries, who wanted to explore even before the missionaries that people usually explain, oh, the missionaries went to this place, they went to that place. No, we had a group of black folks that before slavery, they moved into America and they settled in America. So when Stephen Columbus was coming already, they already found these people when they're having their lives, and their lives were going on like normally, right? So please let me know what you'll think about this. As you know, I'm your host and presenter Unique Stories, but until then, let me see you in my next video. But let me know what you'll think about this video. Maybe I might have said some things that you don't agree with. Maybe I might have said some things that you agree with. But all in all, let me know down in the comment section. I want to know what you think and how you feel about this, right? As you know, I'm your host and presenter Unique Stories, but until then, let me see you in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.